And this is Manginoni. Here's some comic reviews for you. We got Justice League of America 5, Age of Ultron A1, Book 10, All New X-Men. I'm going to try and make this kind of quick. This is just kind of like an origin issue of Hank. You get to see him when he's a kid. You see him as he's developing, how he becomes Ant-Man. Wade does a decent job writing the story, but unfortunately, like, the art is okay. It's nothing great. I mean, the guy can't draw a battle scene worth anything, or superheroes worth anything. But if you look at everything else, at least the layout and how he's crafting the story, that part's good. But this is not an essential read at all. If you read Age of Ultron, not needed, especially if you know who Hank is. If you don't, if you're not familiar with the character, like if you're a new reader, yeah, okay, this is a great jumping on period, because then you get to understand who he is and his motivation. Okay, Justice League of America number 5. As predicted, spoiler alert, Catwoman is not dead. They couldn't have made that any more obvious. And what it was the Martian Manhunter taking her place. And there are moments of greatness, with, the battling that is occurring in this book. I really loved seeing some of these supervillains, technically for that first time in the New 52, and how they're reacting to the heroes. And there's some decent, short little blurb fights. And I just wish that we could have had 6, 7, and 8 of more of this, because this was actually, that part was good. Unfortunately, all this was just the tease as to say who the secret villain Society of Villains is, and let's get on to the Trinity War, because that's what's the important part. We gotta sell a bunch of books here. But that being said, this team is definitely a lot more brutal than the Justice League, so I'm really curious to see how they're going to play that out. The art, though, is strong. They had some interesting things with like Kronos, for an example. He was a villain. Dr. Light was a villain in the old DC, and it looks like they're going to try to turn these people into heroes. So, part of me is just hoping, no, don't do that. Don't tarnish Dr. Light the way you've already done it in the past. But it's a decent read, but it's not something that I would call great. Hopefully things will get better in time. I understand that they had to wrap things up for Trinity, so we'll see what happens post. All New X-Men. Okay. I'm going to have to put a spoiler at the end, because I think it's kind of important to the story. But I will say this. We learn finally Mystique's secret plans with all the money. We get Immonen's doing fantastic artwork. And you have really strong dialogue from Bendis. Especially, with the way Wolverine's talking to the old X-Men. The way Iceman has a voice in this team. I mean, there's a lot of nice little things. It's not the indecision, but the insecurity of doing a good job with with her abilities and powers, with Jean Grey. Phenomenal. When the heroes finally clash with the villains, phenomenal panel layouts. They did a great job. This is kind of like what I keep saying. This is what DC really needs to copy. Or emulate, because this is what's hitting the home runs all the time. Now, this is where the spoiler part is, so if you don't want the spoiler, but actually you kind of get it on the first page. So this is the one thing I'm wondering about is, granted, Jean knows too much information, but yet Lady Mastermind was able to unlock her Phoenix power, and I don't know if that technically should have occurred, because she's too early in her career and she would never have met the Phoenix Force. So it almost looks like it's either this is an illusion or they're retconning her origin. So I don't know how to take that at this time. But regardless, this is, you have to admit, this is a really phenomenal, fantastic 2-page spread. So Marvel has hit it again, another home run. And let me get you the code. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up, like the Facebook link, then that bottom top, well, you know, that left side there, and then I do the anime reviews for Crunchyroll, and those are free. And if you have any other comments or questions, let me know. We have a new anime season that's going to be starting soon, so there'll be a bunch of fresh stuff to watch. So, until next time.